Hello, and welcome back to Gnomoria. I thought we'd flip to the orchestral version of the music for this episode. Mix it up a little. Let's not let the chiptunes become stale. You will notice in the bottom right, I hope I haven't been saying bottom left all this time when I've previously shown this. I have a terrible trouble with left and right. We've got version 0.8.30. That's right, we have upgraded. Now, the fixes for this one are, under general, gnomes will unclaim a job in order to eat, drink, sleep, or apply a bandage. So I can only assume that means if they were building something, they'll unclaim that job and possibly all the materials that they'd claimed when they decide, oh, actually, I want to go and eat. I thought that's what they did already, so I might not be understanding that one so well. Gnomes claim all the components of a job immediately upon accepting the job now. So, that might affect something. So, whereas all the items, you'd like half-hauled all of the items you needed to build something, and then that gnome decides to go off and have a sleep. Any other gnome, if they claim that job fast enough, might as well claim all of those items that are sat there in front of the workspace. So that might improve the speed of doing things. And quite a few bugs have been fixed as well. Some pretty big ones that I hadn't actually encountered myself, but reading them, I was quite surprised. We've got a crash when building a well from the action bar. We've got a crash when a gnome becomes starved and is already carrying food as part of their current job. I imagine that was causing the little gnome brains to go on meltdown. It's like, well, I've got to take this to the stockpile, but I'm dying of hunger, but I've got to take this to the stockpile, and I'm dying of hunger. Oh my god, I'm just going to crash. I imagine that's, the little gnomes, they're sapient. They're totally not just simulations. They have minds and thoughts of their own. They just don't have free will. That's the difference. They are completely sapient and aware of everything that's going on. They just can't do anything about it. It's kind of horrible, really. Workshops getting stuck on a job that can no longer be completed, causing it to ignore other jobs in the queue and go idle until the original job can be completed. Now, I imagine this is going to have be especially useful for butchering jobs. If they say, all right, well, I've got to butcher all the corpses of the dead goblins. Oh, there's one outside the fort. I want to butcher that one. I can't. I'm just going to sit here for, a few years whilst there are perfectly valid bear and honey badger corpses in the stockpile that I could butcher. Hopefully that will fix that. Gnomes mixing materials for jobs that have any material selected. What this means, now I didn't know that this was even happening, that you can no longer make iron bars with an iron ore and a copper ore. And likewise, you can't make a birch chair out of pine and birch planks. Pretty funny, that one. Items adding to the kingdom worth more than once if a goblin repeatedly picked it up and dropped it has been fixed. Now that, I can only imagine would have been... that could be reason why our kingdom worth has gone up. If maybe, a creature fled the kingdom, dropped their stuff, that got added to the kingdom worth. Then another goblin came along, not fully equipped, picked up that stuff, and then dropped it again because it possibly got killed or had its arm chopped off, and then it adds that worth again. So you're getting 2 or 3 or maybe even 4 times the kingdom worth from an item because it keeps getting picked up and dropped again. Let's have a look. Flipping levers and refueling steam engine jobs sometimes got into a state where they couldn't be completed. That's been fixed, and I didn't even know there were steam engines. My mind was blown the moment I realized that. And the spring not being discovered with the mechanism base. That would obviously have made it impossible to build the mechanism base until the spring was discovered later on. It was discovered, it just took a new invention sort of event, which I imagine was quite frustrating. Because it's like, how do they understand how to build a mechanism base if they haven't discovered and don't fully understand all of the components? That doesn't make sense. But we're going to move on. Back to Spider Slaughter now. 5th day of winter. Alright then, let's have a look. It's been a few days since I've recorded any Gnomoria. I have been getting a few other things sorted out. You may notice that my Deadlight Let's Play is, well, I think, almost at completion now. Now, someone did mention that there was a problem with levers, and that this lever might affect this one. We're going to have a look at that, I think. Once we've got enough windmills to power all of these two, we'll play around with these levers to make sure that each one only affects its designated mechanical wall, and if it doesn't, then we're going to have to redesign the system. I hope we don't have to do that, but obviously needs must. Now, in there, I'm thinking of sticking another bandage stockpile, perhaps. But that'll be for later. For now, in this episode, I am thinking... Well, first, someone did rightly point out I need to stick crates under, at this stockpile. Because I redesignated it in order to store the steel items, but then I didn't build the crates again. So we'll get that done. And we'll move along at normal speed for now. But look at that. Look how wondrous they look. Now, I really do want our captains to wear the steel. So I'm going to give them a chance. I'm going to see if they notice that there are steel items in our fort. But if they don't, then I'll just tell them to wear anything, and they'll just pick up whatever's the best at the time. I would prefer them to expressly wear steel, though. I do like our captains to be as protected as we can possibly make them. They tend to be the highest skilled, just out of the fact that they've lived longer, generally. Let's have a look. Where's armor? Let's check out what type of armor have we got. We want metal armors. Let's just have a look at helmets. We don't have any steel helmets. And we don't have any steel breastplates. I don't understand this. Were all the steel items broken, perhaps? Did they get converted into iron by some sort of bug? I honestly haven't got a clue. I really did think that we had steel. I was certain we'd picked up steel. I know our gnomes brought them in. There was steel there. Unless there still is. No, there isn't. What are these shenanigans? In the meantime, let's get several locus of battle back up on the battlements. Oh no, you're already there. Okay, that's cool. And we'll get fortified seals and there we go. Velvet evildoers. Get to training, lads. We'll work out this whole steel thing. For now, I guess I'll tell you to a Hammer Guardian to wear any, I guess. Unfortunately. Lead. I can only imagine that would be terrible as an armor choice. Though, as someone did point out, making your blunt bashing weapons out of lead may be quite clever. Though, equally, you can make it out of gold, since they're practically the same metal, just a different color and different conductivity. As well as other elements. I'm sure, you know, there's a lot more of a difference between lead and gold, but, you know, they're practically the same weight. May as well make it out of stone. If weight was the only thing. But I really don't think that weight is actually calculated in this the way it is in Dwarf Fortress. Where if you want to make a bashing weapon, yes, if you make it out of the heaviest possible thing you can make it, then you will be doing significant damage. Now, let's replace this floor. What are we going to replace it with? We could replace it with planks, but we're not going to. Let's go for decorative stone, shall we? It looks quite nice, I think. Oh, no. There we go. So we'll get those set up. Then we'll plant down some torches and then some doors, and we'll have a whole new batch of bedrooms. Though we've probably lost a few, unfortunately. Well, that is, a few have been freed up, which is unfortunate because of the deaths that we've had in the fort. Now, what are you currently working on over here? Oh, we're moving a lot of stuff around. That's excellent. Have we got most things done? I hope we do. There's a lot of things being shunted around. Now, are we making... No, we haven't yet set up the stuff we need for 2 new windmills. So let's start work on that. What does a windmill require, actually? Let me just double check. Mechanism, power source, windmill. Requires 1 mechanism base, 1 rod, and 4 windmill blades. So we're going to need 2 rods, 8 windmill blades, and 2 mechanism bases. So let's get those made. I have 2 of these. Make it from any gear, because we'll make it, you know, we'll choose the best gears at the time. So we'll get 2 of those. And rods will probably be made in the machinist. It doesn't really matter what we make it of, but we've got more apple wood than anything else. And we've got plenty of wool, so there we go. We need 1 rod for each. So if we make this, that should be fine. And that should give me 2 rods. Now for the mechanism base itself, we require 2 springs. We've got 1 covered, so we only need 2 more springs. Sorry, no. Oh, we've got 2 springs, and we only need 1, so we're covered for that. But we do need 4 gears. So let's find that. And we get 2 gears per, so that's pretty cool. We'll just set those up. Now, let's look around the rest of the fort. Let's check out how our stocks are doing. Because while we had a bunch of people on hauling duties with the rest of their jobs suspended, they seemed to do an awful lot of work. It was quite glorious. What's that? Binan's corpse. When did Binan die? This is not good. Oh, it probably pulled... Yeah, that... Never mind. They're one of the... Oh, well, not never mind. I apologize, Binan, or memory of Binan. You matter. They were one of the brave nomads who fought for their right to survive in Spider Slaughter. Unfortunately lost, but they fought, and so they must be honored. We do need to remember to build a monument to Bingle Tumpery Wiz as well. Can't let a gnome with such an awesome name be forgotten. We've just got a load of hide and various other things lying around. Let's check on the smelter. What kind of jobs have we got? We definitely don't want crossbow stuff being smelted. We've got a lot of boots. 14 iron boots. Right, we're going to smelt all of the copper. Actually, can I could tell and just smelt everything that's poor, because none of the iron is going to be poor. None of the iron will be poor. So we'll smelt any boot. Any poor boot will be smelted. Likewise, any poor gauntlet will be smelted. Or we could just say just smelt the copper ones, actually. Rather than risk something terrible happening and me not knowing what I'm doing and ending up smelting some of our iron. We want to keep that. So go ahead and smelt all the copper boots. Likewise with the greaves. Sorry, no, we want to smelt any copper greave. Now, the nice thing with smelting is, apart from the leather, the hide and the padding, which are renewable resources, I think you get all of the metal back from a smelting option. I'm not certain on that, but I think it's quite possible that we get back all of the metal that was part of the armor piece. We just lose everything else. Oh, there's no copper breastplates, but we'll stock that up anyway. We don't actually want anyone to be wearing any copper gear at this point, so if we just go ahead and smelt all copper things, then we're good. And likewise, let's smelt all copper armor plates. We've got quite a lot of those. Got 18 iron armor plates. That's kind of awesome. Should be able to make quite a lot with that. And we haven't got that many shields. We've got enough. We don't need as many as we've got, so we will go ahead and ahead and do that. Shield backing, we don't have any of those. Shield boss, no. Now, as for all of these, we're going to leave those for a little while. We'll come back to that later. But for now, we'll just let these guys move things around. And good, you're taking things out of the crates that don't belong there. Alright. Now they're going ahead and building the windmills. Now, let's just have a quick look up here. They're progressing well with that. We're going to need a bunch of doors. We're going to need 8 doors, 8 torches, and 8 beds. So let's queue this up. We're going to make... I don't know if stone or wooden doors still have the better ones in terms of value. So we'll go with applewood doors. Let's make another 8 of these. And then... yeah, we'll just have to do this. Make them out of wool mattresses, though. There we go. Now, whilst they're doing that, we're going to start mining down. I know, a lot of you have been asking for this for a while now. And we probably should. But first, we are going to make an area for a military training ground to be positioned here. And when our miners are active and doing their miney thing, let's build it over here, I think. Yeah, let's build this out a little bit. I want to make a couple of locks so that it's not so easy for the enemy to just charge in. There we go. Because there are enemies in this game that lurk in the depths. Surprise, surprise. The one that I've mentioned, I believe, is beetles. And beetles are a terror. I mean, I've not encountered them since a lot of the changes, since I'm only playing one kingdom. So as the new patches have come out, as things have changed up, I've not seen beetles since then. But before I started recording Spider Slaughter, beetles were the death of a fort. One beetle showed up, unless you had your military in bronze, you were in deep, deep trouble. Now, obviously, we've got a man spotted, so let's check out. Are there any other creatures out there? Because if not, I'm going to send our group out to kill it. They're still there. Are you all still there? Really? Oh, no. No, they've left. They've left a lot of their stuff there. Hopefully those two-headed ogres leave soon. Well, this will probably be a scout, I'm hoping. Yes, it is. Alright, okay, we're going to do this. We're going to run out. We're going to kill this scout so that we don't get locked in here again. But the goblins have left. And that is a little bit worrying. We could tunnel over there and get this stuff back once everything is left. And then seal it back up again. That's a possibility. But for now, I know this is crazy. I appreciate that. We're going to pull this lever. And if in the time it takes us to pull that lever and mine that area out, anything else shows up or go to mine it, we'll cancel. But for now, we want someone to pull this lever quickly. Are they going to do that? No? Well, there's a bear that's wounded. Don't worry about the bear. Go kill the mount. Okay, someone's pulling the lever. Who is it? Magic Carl. Thank you, Magic Carl. Our loyal and obedient foodsmith. Doing the work of the engineers. It's kind of tragic in a way. Right, we want this mount dead. We're not going to give the attack order yet, actually. Let's leave it for a moment. Because they'll rush out and pick their own targets as soon as that wall is gone. Bingo. Okay. Where's it gone? Damn it. Where did it go? Find the mant. Kill the mant. Discover it and slay it. Bugger. The rascal is hiding from us. Okay. Right, I'm going to need to set up a... oh, hang on. Did you just have a fight? I think you did. Wow, lots of people versus the bear. And then a group fight versus the bear, probably. Bear bites True Blue, but True Blue dodges the attack. Million Fowl swings with her iron hand axe at the bear, hitting the upper body, slicing through the hide, slicing through the ribs, and slicing through the heart, and the spine, and all the arteries and muscles. Basically, Million Fowl chopped the bear in half. Wow. Let's just see. Was anyone bleeding in that fight? I would hope not. That's excellent. Well done. Okay, well, the fort is currently open. And we're going to set a guard position. No, we're going to set up a patrol route. One there, 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 and there, and then back. Right, this is going to be for fortified seals. Just go and have a look. Just once. Don't need to loop. Just go and do it. Just want you to see if you can spot any crazy ments. That's right. Anything out there? No? I mean, it could... Ah, God. Ah, balls! We have invited doom! Everything needs to be out there, and once the military's out, we're going to seal the fort, and hopefully the military win, but we don't know. This could be it. But Million Fowl was tired. He was tired of hiding in the fort like a coward. He is no coward. Million Fowl is a fighter. He must fight, otherwise his skills erode and he gets hungry. Are you bleeding? No? Okay, good. Right. Which gnomes are here? That's Million Fowl. This is Goblin Soldier. Competent LP. True Blue. That Goblin Soldier. Really want to kill him. Right, attack order on him. We're going to be watching this fight. How many goblins have we got here? Let's see. Let's go to combat. Group fight. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. And there are only 3 of our guys there. Oh no. It's missing. Goblin swings an iron sword of Million Fowl, hitting the right leg, cutting the iron greave and smashing the iron greave. Have a look. Smashing the iron breastplate. Smashing the bronze gauntlet. No. Damn. Some of our troops are still wearing bronze. Million Fowl bashes with her bronze shield at the goblin, hitting the left arm and smashing the iron pauldron. No, this isn't looking good. We need the rest of our troops here right now. Absolutely need these guys here right now. So, please be with the charging outside, troops. Please let there not be many of you asleep. God damn it. You're fighting from within the fort. Well done. More goblins have been spotted. This isn't good. Come on, troops. Okay, True Blue cancels drop. Can't find path. No, what? No. No way. Come on, guys. We need the rest of you here right now. Come on. Everyone get up here. We can do this. Ah, no. Toz. Toz, flee. Get away. I should have told them not to engage. Oh, well, two-headed ogre's already bleeding. Two-headed ogre's bleeding from the upper body and right neck. Well done. We need that thing dead. Two-headed ogre, attack. Okay, let's have a look. Now, you're wielding crossbows with, I think they're copper crossbows. And maybe 1 or 2 is bronze. But generally speaking, you're not actually fighting with good weapons. You're using stone bolts. Let's check out the combat log. We've got 2 fights now. Toz and Ornstein against Two-Headed Ogre. Toz shoots a granite bolt from his copper crossbow at the Two-Headed Ogre, hitting the right neck and poking the hide. Two-Headed Ogre's right neck is bleeding and an artery has been struck. Well done. Ornstein shoots a granite bolt from her bronze crossbow at the Two-Headed Ogre, hitting the upper body and poking the hide. And he's now bleeding from there as well. Two-Headed Ogre punches at Toz, but misses. Well done, Toz. Let's check out the other fight. Million Fowl bashes a bronze shield at the goblin, hitting the right arm and smashing the Iron Pauldron. Millionfowl swings with the iron hand axe at the goblin, hitting the right hand, cutting the iron gauntlet and smashing the iron gauntlet. Goblin misses when it goes to attack Hamster. Well done, Hamster. Incompetent LP misses with the iron shield. Bad show. Strider bashes with the bronze shield at the goblin, hitting the right leg and smashing the iron greave. Goblin stabs with steel sword at incompetent LP, hitting the left leg and poking the bronze greave. Incompetent LP swings with the bronze hammer at the goblin, hitting the right arm and smashing the iron pauldron. Now, bear in mind, damn it, most of our gnomes are going to be wielding weapons they're not used to. This is bad. We should have switched them back to swords. Damn it, I should have remembered that. Now, our whole group is now fighting the two-headed ogre, our whole crossbow group. But Toz is taking a pounding there. And the ogre is just not... It's just wailing on Toz. The others aren't really doing anything. Two-headed ogre kicks, punches. I mean, it's just... Webster shoots at least. Poking the hide. Damn it, we need to get some of our soldiers up there. They need to help. Flee, Toz. There's no one there to back him up. If someone else could get into melee combat... Oh no, he's out. He's out. Go, go, go. Run. Go heal yourself. There's bandages plenty. Where are you? Oh no, he was much, much closer to the bandages down here. Damn it all. We need to put some bandages here perhaps as well. That is so annoying. Please don't die, Toz. I wish they would path a little bit better. Okay, but let's see. The goblin has died. Let's check out events. Goblin has died. Bear has died. Okay. We've got most of our forces in here now. Let's check out what happened to the goblin. Ooh, another suffocation it looks like. Let's see. Goblin is trying to catch breath right now, so it's probably lost a lung at that point. So let's just see who gets the killing blow. And this music is rather peaceful considering what's happening. Millionfowl swings with her iron hand axe at the goblin, hitting the right eye, cutting the iron helmet and smashing the iron helmet. Incompetent LP bashes with his iron shield at the goblin, hitting the left hand and smashing the iron gauntlet. Hamster bashes with her iron shield at the goblin, hitting the neck, smashing the skin, and crushing the throat. Well done, Hamster. You got the rim of your shield up underneath the helmet and drove it home. Well done. The goblin's down, suffocated, died. Millionfowl is continuing to bash with bronze shield. Ooh, going for the eyes again. It's a bit nasty there. Well done, Hamster. So, Millionfowl swings at her iron hand axe at the goblin, hitting the upper body, cutting the steel breastplate, smashing the steel breastplate. Probably not going through it for a while yet, though. Let's check on our soldiers. How are they? You're fine. What about you? Is in good health. 3 goblins, 5 bears, and 2 ogre kills. Not surprised at all. There's a goblin fighter, goblin blood, hand axe, goblin corpse. Okay, that's where he died. Goblin soldier here. What are you doing? You're in good health. What about you then? Is missing his right foot. Is bleeding from his right foot. No, he's not. He's bleeding from his right leg, where his foot used to be. The goblin has an injured left leg, left foot, right arm, and right hand. The goblin can no longer walk. Not surprising. I've noticed that it has hit the 30-minute mark, but we're not going to leave until this fight is over. I'm not going to leave you hanging, waiting to know whether everyone dies or not. So, don't worry. Though it may end up being a little bit of a long one, because I do intend to read some of this. Quite a lot of it, in fact. Just checking out all the health of our troops. Competent LP, let's see. You're doing quite well. 3 mants, 1 goblin, 1 honey badger. Those 3 mant kills are pretty impressive. But we really need you guys not to be getting pummeled. Goblin has died. Another goblin down. Well done, military. Let's check. Two-headed ogre vs. Ornstein. Two-headed ogre punches Ornstein, hitting the neck and stopping at the ogre leather cuirass. Right, I'm smashing the ogre leather bracer. Well done. Wait, hang on. Please tell me no. Okay. Webster hasn't died. And neither has Toz. So, we've got a lot of hope still. Let's have a look. Let's see, how did this happen? It looks like Strider got the killing blow, but let's just have a little look back. Goblin swings his iron hammer at Strider, hitting the upper body and smashing the iron breastplate. Competent LP bashes with his iron shield at the Goblin, hitting the right leg and smashing the skin. Goblin punches Hamster, hitting the left foot and smashing the iron boot. Strider swings with his iron hand axe at the Goblin, hitting the upper body, slicing through the skin, slicing through the ribs, and slicing through the right lung. The Goblin's upper body is bleeding, and it is suffocating. And then it died. Then Million Fowl just launched himself over the Goblin's body, bashed the next Goblin with his bronze iron shield, hitting the lower body and smashing the steel. It was aiming for the face, but, you know, after throwing himself over the corpse of the fallen Goblin, kind of misjudged the angle, so hit a little bit lower than intended, but tried to recover, going for a crotch shot. They're always quite effective, but unfortunately didn't quite pull it off. Goblin's armor is quite good at protecting them. Now, what on earth is happening over here, guys? Let's have a look. We've got Ornstein. How are you doing? Ornstein is an injured right leg, left foot, and left arm, and has fallen over. Has killed 7 goblins. 2 mans, 1 monster lizard, and an ogre. Wow, Ornstein, you monster. Webster, what have you killed? 7 goblins and a bear. Has an injured left leg, left foot, right arm, right hand, and left arm. Okay, it's not so great. Where's Toz? Are you still bleeding? No, okay. What are you doing? Got 1 ogre and 2 ogre kills and 1 goblin kill. That's actually not bad. But you're not equipped. You're not carrying a weapon. I don't understand why. Maybe you dropped it up here. Maybe you just bailed. And that's understandable. I can accept that. I don't approve, but I can accept it in the heat of battle, especially against an ogre. You know, you can panic. It's normal. Any more goblins died? I don't think so. So let's continue a little bit. Come on, guys. There's a lot of them there now, but you can do this. We can do this without any fatalities. Just make it happen. I've got loads of our troops here. Goblin corpses. Could even possibly get some of our militia involved if we wanted, but I'm hesitant to send them in if we don't need to. Just make sure. Is there room in these crates? Yes, there is. There's loads of room in these crates. Good. Because there's going to be a lot of stuff to bring into the fort. And if we do defeat these guys, let me just set this up now. This stockpile is going to be a lower priority. Armor and weapon. Oh, I want that to be and. Now, I'm not sure what this is. Let me just double check. Spoils of War is a priority 5. No, we want that to be a priority 1. And armor and weapon parts should be a priority 2. And we want you to bring in parts, range parts, and padding, leather straps. I think that's it, really. We'll bring in leather as well, because we haven't done that before. Armor plates. Yeah, okay. We'll also build some crates there. Then we're going to get back to the fight. I just want to make sure that this is already set up, because I don't want to waste any time having to have the fort open while I dick around with that sort of stuff, because I hadn't thought forward. Right, let's go. Let's check on some events. What's happening? Now, all of our troops are back fighting the ogre. Toz bites the 2-headed ogre, but it dodged. How did it dodge your bite? That's crazy. 2-headed ogre punches Webster. 2-headed ogre can see again. Ah, damn, one of you must have blinded it for a little while. Well done. Copper crossbow at the 2-headed ogre, hitting the arm and stopping at the hide. Hitting it with your crossbow is not going to help. Ooh, Toz punched the 2-headed ogre, hitting the right eye and crushing the eye. 2-headed ogre's right eye has been... Wow, Toz, you punched the ogre so hard in the eye it popped. That is frightening, honestly. All right, who's bailing? Toz is bailing again, bleeding. That's fine. No, get out of there. Bleeding from his right hand. has an injured leg. Now that's fine. Get out. Get out if you need to. What about the rest of you? Webster, how you doing? You've fallen over, but you're not bleeding. Ornstein, have you still got bolts? You've fallen over. Damn it. What's in the quiver? Yeah, you've got plenty of bolts. Okay, keep going. Let's check out this ogre, because I'm probably more worried about the ogre than anything else, simply because it's so powerful and it's against our weakest troops in terms of melee combat. The two-headed ogre is bleeding from his upper body, left leg, right neck, right head, and right arm. The two-headed ogre has seriously injured his right eye and left eye. The two-headed ogre has an injured right mouth. Keep going for the eyes, guys. That is their training. They are trained to go for the eyes where possible, and I think that will put them in good stead. Let's check out. Goblin soldier, how are you doing? You're in good health. Any others? Is there a goblin soldier here? Because we only really care about them right now. I think our guys are doing okay. I think there's just 2 goblins left now. So it's whoever's armor breaks first, basically. But look at the skill this guy has. Hammer, sword. He's even got good armor skill. And he's got the best armor. Come on now. Let's see. It looks like they're surrounding him. That's good. Get some flanking. Attacking from his blind spot. Oh, his armor is gone. His breastplate has broken. Steel armor plates all over the place. Okay, that actually might be what happened before. Injured lower body. Let's check out what just happened there. But that might be... We might have steel armor plates and not steel armor itself. Let's check. Incompetent bash with iron shield. The goblin hitting the head and smashing the steel helmet. Steel helmet. Smashing iron pauldron. Steel pauldron. Smashing... The goblin smashed the iron breastplate. Iron breastplate... Okay, I think we've got this here. Let's have a look. True Blue swings his iron battle axe at the goblin, hitting the lower body, cutting the steel breastplate, crushing the steel breastplate, smashing the skin, smashing the abdominal muscles, and crushing the guts. True Blue, with his berserker strength, just pounded that goblin so hard, his steel armor exploded everywhere. Oh, wait. I think one of our guys just lost his equipment. Not sure which one. Let's check events. The goblin is having trouble breathing. I imagine that's the last one. The goblin's lower body has been mangled and his lower body is bleeding and an artery has been struck. Okay, that must be the one that remains. Goblin has died. Goblin is suffocating. William Fowl bashes their bronze shield at the goblin, hitting the neck, smashing the skin and crushing the throat. Once again! What accuracy! Going for the tiniest kink in their defenses. But who lost? The goblin bashed with his iron shield at Hamster, hitting the lower body, crushing the iron breastplate, smashing the skin, smashing the abdominal muscles, and crushing the guts. Ouch. But this guy is not heavily armored. We should be able to get through. Goblin has died. No! Damn it! Hamster! Oh, Hamster. That was an epic fight. You held out so long. Goblin's catching his breath. What happened? Let's see how the goblin did it. Goblin swings with his iron hammer at Hamster, hitting the upper body, smashing the skin, splintering the ribs, puncturing the heart, and stopping at the heart and crushing the heart. Ah, Hamster, you had a good fight. I mean, I feel bad that you've died, but you died in an epic way. That was an epic fight, one of the hardest fights we've had, and you took down quite a few people in that fight. And ultimately fell. But you did very well doing that. But a lot of people have lost their stuff now. Let's have a look. Who is that? True Blue. True Blue has picked up the steel. I think I'm going to let you have it, actually, because you knocked it off the guy, so it seems only fair. Let's check. What's happening? Is the ogre temporarily blinded again? Yes. Well done. Who caught him in the eye? Watery Pillow swings the bronze hammer at the two-headed ogre, hitting the left eye and crushing the eye. I think he is properly... His left mouth has been mangled. You're just breaking him apart, bit by bit. Bit webs are hitting the left hand, poking the honey badger leather glove, smashing the honey badger leather glove, smashing the skin and stopping at the bone. Right, our archers can now break off, go heal. We don't need any more deaths. The rest of the military should be able to just take care of this. Just tear him apart, guys. For Hamster. Come on. I think some of our militia just got involved. So incensed were they at the death of Hamster that they have charged out. 4 Fox, you were fighting for a bit, though you seem to have thought better of it, but we'll give you credit nonetheless. Who was it? Bardophile Halcyon. Why, you sly devil. I thought of you as a lazy schmuck who's just been wandering around the fort, freeloading, like most bards. Trying to woo all the lady gnomes, pretending that you're working. But no. In fact, you've been secretly training, watching Millionfowl from afar, learning his moves. Very well done. Breakfast item is also here. Well done, breakfast item. Let's just hope that none of you die, because I can see that 4 Fox is bleeding and is moving slowly. Alpaca's bone. Alright, what are you wielding? Doesn't look like you've got a weapon, Anthrax. Iron shield. Okay, well, that's good enough. You can bash the living daylights out of him with that. And he's constantly being shot this whole time as well. Someone needs to bring him some bloody bandages. Oh, what just happened? Did someone just die? Yeah, Quifford, no. I think a bunch of people just broke. Wow. What did that ogre just do? Did he just shout at them or something? Ogre snarls. It was super effective. Let's see. No, they just broke. They've started a new fight now. This is a brand new fight. Let's see how that last one was. Yeah, it looks like... I don't know. Maybe when Anthrax smacked it with the shield, it knocked it back, and thus out of combat range for everyone, so it kind of broke combat briefly. That's all I can think of, but we need this thing dead. Come on, soldiers, remember what you've got to do. I think we've got some steel weapons in there, actually. Wow, this ogre's taking a pounding, though. Let's check him out. Oop, no, wrong one. Oh, two-headed ogre has died. 42 minutes in, and we have finished the fight. But at what cost? So many of our brave gnomes have perished. Well, no, they haven't actually. One has perished. But I feel the loss quite heavily nevertheless. We will miss you, Hamster. You are an inspiration to all of gnomekind. If gnomes would breed, which they won't in this, unlike Dwarf Fortress, then all the gnomelings would have grown up with tales of your bravery. But as it stands, it'll just be more stories to tell the nomads when they arrive. Let them know what they have to live up to. The legacy. The legacy of Hamster. And other great ones like Super Soup. And the Texfer. I mean, the Soup. Kind of just got caught in a fight. Didn't really take part in one as such. But, nevertheless, you will be remembered in song. But that's it. I will leave this at that. We will watch our gnomes just gradually bringing in all of the cool stuff. Bringing in his body, at least. Man, you disrespectful swines. Let's designate a new graveyard and make a priority 1. We do not want our heroes out there left to rot, or worse, be eaten by honey badgers. Bring them in, except for the bones and skulls. Don't bring those in. But that will be it for this episode. It has been pretty exciting. An interesting return to Spider Slaughter after a few days break. Very sad that Hamster had to die right at the end there. I think they just got worn down. Their armor eventually broke. It was a long time, that fight. It lasted for a very long time, but they did do their best. And I'm proud of you all. Hamster, of course, will be entombed in the shrine when it's finally built, which we need to get back to. But that's it for this episode. I've dragged it on long enough. I hope you've enjoyed. I hope you'll join me for the next. But until then, do take care.